my toes.
What number are we on? 17?
My toes popping out.
Are we on 17?
I think so. Welcome to
It feels like we should have more than that.
but we don't.
Is this really fucking high up?
Ding ding. I feel like it's staring at us.
Here, it was in front of the ding.
He's like, hey guys.
We need to lower it.
Can you see it?
Wait, could I see it in the thing?
Wait, you can't get up in the middle of the podcast. This is so unprofessional.
It's fine.
This has never happened before. Never before seen footage on a podcast.
It looks normal.
Is it framed wrong?
Wait, it needs to go down a little. Sorry, podcast. There we go.
Is it framed right?
Now it's framed, right?
Is this too high?
I didn't realize how high it was.
Is it okay?
We can lower it a little, I think.
It's fine. Is it fine?
It's, I mean, we could...
We already pointed out the obvious, so they know it's here.
It's fine.
It does
You
distracting.
have to hear us. Sorry.
Sorry.
Okay.
Today on the podcast.
We're not starting over.
No, we're not. We're already off to a good start.
Yeah.
We just spent 2 hours talking about skincare and what we're gonna buy for groceries. Like, actually, how many hours did we spend? It's 10:40.
This is adulthood.
It's 10:40.
We did spend an hour and a half.
We spent an hour and a half talking about that. Half the time we're talking, I'm like, why are we not just podcasting? Because we talked for so long.
You're right.
Anyways, that's adulting.
We're gonna grocery shop, and we're gonna grocery shop good this time.
Well, we have been. We just need to, like, we're learning. We're still getting the groove.
We have like 8 bags of chips.
My mom bought us those.
Which
we
is
didn't
fine.
buy those.
But sometimes, Braxie and I talk about this sometimes, when we talk about how we need food, we're like, actually, how are we living?
It's true.
We only eat chips and coffee.
Yeah, we don't have anything in the house, so I'm like, how are we actually sustaining life?
Like, that's not even human, like, what is my human doing?
Like, while we're at work, we get a muffin and a free meal, and that's, like, the only way we're surviving.
I know. If I didn't work in food,
You'd be dead.
I would be dead.
I'd be dead, too.
They wouldn't give me free meals.
If I didn't work in a grocery store, I'd be dead. We had to pay rent tonight also as well. Well, I paid...
We're getting really TMI tonight.
Yeah, I paid my half. Zoe's paying her half in the morning because it's that stressful. We had to take a breather between.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're in a very stressed mood. So in the event of being stressed, we're not college students, but we're stressed young adults. We still have to pay rent the same.
Yeah.
Like, it's still... We're just not thousands
yeah,
and millions of dollars in debt.
It's a different... Yeah. Wow. That's a different kind of stress, huh?
Yeah.
It's still stress, but
Do you have to pay for a dorm? Do you have to pay rent for a dorm?
I don't think it's rent, but I think it's something about the tuition
Okay.
that changes. I may be wrong. I didn't go to college.
Clearly. No. So we're still... Your stress is my stress. Everyone's stressed. We know.
Yeah.
But since we are stressed, we drew inspiration from a form someone sent us on the
Our website.
10'7" Empire website. There's a section
Our website.
on the page of our website. If you go on the I like the desktop version better. So go on your desktop. Go on 10'7empireproductions.com. On the front page, there's a night shift section with a little trailer, and you can submit forms, something you want to see on the podcast, something you want us to talk about.
Yay.
This lovely person submitted this fucking essay of, like, really cool stuff, and something she said spoke
it was just
to
like a
us.
stream of consciousness. It was really cool. Thank you, by
Thank
the way.
you.
I think I was like gonna be like
Not motivated.
I was like, let's podcast tomorrow almost, but then that like really inspired us to like get into
But
it.
one part said I don't even remember what it said, but it just made us want to talk about things that make us happy. Oh, it talked about talking about doing things outside of technology.
Yeah, like what makes you happy besides technology, pretty much.
I think they worded it, name things you do that aren't looking at a computer screen. Like, name activities that you enjoy doing that's besides looking at a computer screen or gaming or something. Which,
Yeah.
I don't think they meant it in a negative connotation. Like, name what you do besides. They're just, like...
It was just like,
Obviously,
what else
it's
makes
a
you happy?
technological world, so, like, besides watching podcasts, what else do you enjoy doing?
Yeah.
Which I think is a fair, fun question.
Yeah. And I think, like, it's important that humans recognize that there are other things to life than technology, because we get so sucked into it. We're all victims.
See, I agree to disagree.
Okay, because I also do. Because I don't know. But the thing is, I think there just needs to be a balance.
Just as with everything.
You're right.
Yeah. Because I know a lot of people, I actually was watching Jen and Julian's podcast. I was watching an old podcast of theirs where they talked about, if an EPM, EMP?
EPM?
EMP. An electromagnetic pulse, EMP.
EMP?
Got sent through. Do you know what that is?
Electromagnetic pulse?
It's basically like a device, like kind of like a bomb that people like ISIS has been like, it's something that has been talked about being used as a weapon of mass destruction, basically,
Yes.
and it's something that comes through, and because everything's run on a grid in America, specifically America, if you send a pulse, it can break the grid, basically, and shut off everything that has a computer chip. And not only, like, not, like, stop the internet, but, like, it won't turn on. So, like, your phone wouldn't only not work, it would be black. Like, it wouldn't turn on. It wouldn't power on.
It'd be broken.
Yeah, like, your TV wouldn't power. Your car would not start. It wouldn't happen.
Is this a real thing?
Yeah, it can happen. ISIS was, like, people thought ISIS was going to use it against us.
Because we would be useless.
You would be, and then eventually your water would shut down. Like, all that, because that's run on electricity, too. So, I actually watched their podcast where they were talking about that.
That's
Jen and Julian podcast.
terrifying.
So intellectual. I love their podcast.
Yeah.
They were talking about that, and they were talking about how they were doing, like, devil's advocate, which they usually do. And they were talking about how, like, there would be the waves of people that die, and it would be, like, obviously the people that, like, have to have, I'm just, like, saying their podcast. It would be the people that, like, are sick. So, like, people that have, like, diabetes, they have to have an injection, they would die first. Then people that are, like, old or babies, they would die next. And then there would be the strain of just, like, illnesses that would kill people because you wouldn't have sanitation or anything like that. That would kill people.
Yeah.
And then there would be, you know, of course, like, Darwinism. Like,
yeah,
you die, kill or be killed. That's when the last strain would be. And they were talking about, like, how a lot of people would be like, oh, the survivalists are gonna survive. Like, everyone else is gonna fucking die. Like, all the kids that just sit in their room all day who, like, pay attention to technology, they're gonna die. Which is, like, valid point, but that's the society we're in. And, like, I mean, if you look at the world in a perspective that it is gonna implode one day and the EMP is gonna come and, like, everything's gonna shut down, then yeah, you're right, and, like, people that are on their phone all day would die. But if that never happens, then they're thriving in a world you're not.
I fucking agree.
Because technically, technology is what runs the world.
Uh-huh.
So if you are on your phone all day, you know, on, like, for example, like, YouTubers, or, like, people with an online following, they're thriving in a world that survivalists are not. Because survivalist is not the way of the world.
You're right. It's
So,
not really that.
It's an interesting thought. That was a very long roundabout to me being, like, agree to disagree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Technology is good and bad.
Well, of course.
Just like dicks. They're good in the bed.
Agree to disagree.
So what are some things you enjoy doing that are not...
I think I enjoy a lot.
Okay, what's something you enjoy in the past? Before technology, before, like, you watched a lot of YouTube videos.
Oh.
I just saw your whole past. I just felt it, like, coming out of you.
Did you?
Fuck.
I was, like, sending it out.
Yeah.
The thing is, I watched TV a lot as a kid.
I did too.
Like before YouTube, I was
Lots of
watching TV.
SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of Disney Channel.
Lots of cable.
Yeah. Lots of,
That's so
just
weird.
this.
Kids that are born in this generation probably won't even know what the fuck cable is. Because most kids our age don't have cable. So when we have kids, we probably won't have cable.
Wow. You know, that's not one thing I thought about growing up. Like, okay, when you're a kid, you think about, like, I mean, the shit exists where vinyls were a thing, and now CDs are a thing. And CDs are so fucking out of style now. Like, and I guess people who, like, were older could have expected that, but, like, as a kid, you don't think that.
No, you're like, it's just a CD.
Yeah, and, like, we grew up on cable. We did.
Yeah.
And so now thinking, like, growing up on cable, that was not something I thought would go out of style. Or, like, because it was television.
It's
it was
cable.
Our entertainment. And now it's like, with the internet.
It's like, how I'm gonna fucking watch Sam and Cat? Like,
yeah.
I don't think about it.
What am I supposed to fucking do?
Yeah,
but, I mean, now it's like everything is the internet.
That was the first thing that started irking me about the internet was fucking iTunes. I hated iTunes. I would never use iTunes because
I didn't get it.
Because I hated that it replaced CDs, and that bothered me because I have always loved CDs. My dad has always had a lot of CDs, so I kind of just grew up also kind of collecting CDs. Yeah. And when an album comes out, when an artist you releases a song, you go buy the album.
Yeah.
I remember when Shakira released Hips Don't Lie, I went and bought the whole album. I don't know any of the other songs. Yeah. I bought the whole album for a song because I wanted the physical copy of it. That was a thing. And I remember when iTunes started replacing that, and when I would when an album would be released, and I would go to Best Buy and Target and Walmart, and it wouldn't be there because it was on iTunes. Say that to the fucking stack of CDs in my corners that are gonna be.
See, I looked in those. That's actually what made me think of it.
That's gonna be worth something one day.
I just wonder how long it is as a generation. Maybe not necessarily ours, but generations to come. How long is it, or even if it happens, till we've lost touch with that physical. You know what I mean? The physical, to read a book. Books. It's gonna be a long time till books are gone. If ever. But people read.
It's
a lot on there.
It's the same thing as. It's the same thing as school. Taking notes in class. College is completely all online.
Yeah.
You don't get a packet and fill it out.
No,
maybe
you don't.
Maybe in high school more, but in college, no.
Yeah. Even in high school though. English classes, we're not pencil writing papers. No. We're writing them online and we're doing shit online. It's just crazy.
It makes me sound like an old lady because, obviously I do, I remember times when there was not, when we wrote out papers.
Yeah.
When you sat and you wrote the whole fucking paper.
Dude, when I was in 6th grade, I wrote a book. I wrote, because we had, this author thing that we did, and I, wanted to write a book. So I wrote a book all in pencil.
Yeah.
And then, I remember them telling me I had to type it up.
And you were like, bitch, what?
I was like, oh.
But it's weird because we're, it's funny because we're young so we can mold, but the people that are older that had that transition hate it. A lot of them hate it because they're like, I want to write on paper, and we're like, I remember when I wrote on paper. Now we do everything on a computer, but it's fine.
I think our generation,
we're
kind of got the best of both worlds, honestly, because I think we just hit the sweet spot. I really do, because generation before us. They watched it change, but they were a lot older when it happened, and it wasn't something that they grew up experiencing. We grew up, through childhood, watching the internet happen.
Yeah, we grew up as it was changing.
But we were still old enough to where we saw the change. We're old enough to comprehend what was going on that was different, and I think we got real lucky.
I think we did too.
Because we played outside as kids. Outside was my favorite thing. And then I think we got the perfect balance.
That is really weird though, because that is one thing I do that makes me this most sad about generations to come, and if I ever did have kids one day, or my sister had kids, I would hope that they play outside the way I did.
Yeah.
Because I know it gets on my nerves when old people are like, I used to eat mud, and I'm like, cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had a Nintendo. You're jealous.
And see, you know what? I think that whole thing is going to skip a generation, because I think because of how we grew up, how we watched the internet happen, and how we're watching adults, the generation before us, raise their kids on the internet. We see that, and I think because of how we grew up, we're going to raise our kids how we grew up.
Yeah, a mix, though.
A mix. I think we're going to raise our kids where they get that balance, because we got that balance and we see it. But I think that the kids that say were born in early 2000s, maybe 2005 to 2010 or something. Yeah. Those kids,
they're going to be completely.
They are going to be. It's going to be internet. Like their kids are they're gonna raise their kids on the internet. Mm-hmm. That's just it's gonna be completely
just
different.
The difference between like 1998 and then 2000, let's say 2002.
Yeah,
because
my sister was 2003.
Because 1998, I was born before cell phones were just a thing. Mm-hmm. Just a thing.
Yeah.
So I was born
cellular
phones, devices. Yeah. Right into that era. And I remember being little, and I remember round TVs, round screen TVs.
Yeah.
Like that were fucking 400 pounds, the one we dropped on Alex's finger.
Yeah.
Toe.
And broke her finger.
I remember big PCs that had that had the heavy duty fucking, and I remember CD-ROMs, I remember CDs.
Oh my god.
I remember, I just remember, when my dad had his old vintage film camera. Mm-hmm. I remember that. And then I remember the transition from, flip phones to, not flip phones to, there's a touchscreen on the front to, there's the whole thing's a touchscreen. And I remember the transition of, putting in a CD-ROM and playing Zoo Tycoon while it's connected to the internet and then being on Facebook. I remember that transition, and it's really weird to think because, when we were 10 or when we were 9 or whatever, I remember playing outside and doing, cops and robbers. And I remember, we fucking, I played in the sewers, Pennywise. I was a wild child. I got hit in the face with a football one time, broke my glasses in half. But then I also remember, because of the generation we were in, that I remember playing outside and eating mud like the old people did. But then I remember at 7 o'clock, I was like, it's time for me to go shower. Glee's on.
Glee's on, gotta go.
I was like, Glee is on at 7, I gotta take a shower.
Yeah.
I remember that. But then it's weird to think, too, because I didn't get a phone until I was in 6th grade. And I got a phone because my mom didn't want me to ride the bus alone without a phone. Mm-hmm. And it's weird because the difference between 1998 and 2000 is that Ivy probably had a phone way before we ever did.
Oh, yeah, she got my phone.
Yeah.
Let's see, I got my first phone. It was a flip phone. I was probably in 6th grade, too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? No, that's not true. I might have been in 5th grade.
Mm-hmm.
5th or 6th grade. It was a little flip phone.
That was the time. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the time. It was a flip phone.
I had a Motorola.
The best shit ever. I had a, oh my god, I don't remember. It was blue. And it was a flip fucking... Hello? It was a flip phone.
I had my dad's old, razors were cool. It was
did you have a razor?
No, it was the Motorola knockoff of a razor.
Oh my god, I wanted a razor.
It was black. It was a black gray, my dad's old Motorola.
I wanted a razor.
My sister had
I remember I wanted Alex's phone when we were in 7th grade.
Didn't Alex have a Blitz?
It was a blue Blitz,
She had a Blitz?
I wanted it
Maddie
so bad.
had a Blitz. Maddie had a Blitz when she was...
Blitz? I can't remember what was so cool about it.
It's the
Did
square...
Did it slide and then it slid up?
But it was a weird short square and it slid up and it just had really fucking tiny text.
It was so oh my god.
And I remember Maddie had a Blitz when my sister had a Blitz when she was 16 or 17 and she was and I was like, wow.
You know what I fucking remember? I remember when I was little, I remember okay, I couldn't imagine. Okay, so I had the flip phone, but then my next phone, it was a I don't even remember what it was. But it was this, and it had a touchscreen on the front.
And it slid open?
No, it flipped open.
Okay, see.
So it was boom, boom, keyboard.
Yeah, mine was the same thing, but slid.
I always wanted the slidey ones, but mine flipped open. And that was where the keyboard was. That was how I texted everything. And I remember someone, one of my family members got, a BlackBerry that had, a touchscreen.
Oh, no, the Kardashians.
Dude.
Bougie.
But they had, a BlackBerry that had only the touchscreen with the keyboard. And I remember vividly typing on a touchscreen, and it was fucking impossible. I was like, how do you type without feeling the buttons? I couldn't figure it out.
I remember, oh my god, now that we're talking about generations, it's making me feel weird because, if you ask Ivy when she's our age, you ask her the first thing that she remembers being able to, on the go listen to music, she's probably going to say her iPhone with headphones. Or an iPod with headphones. The first thing I remember listening to music on a go was the CD. Because I took it on the bus to 5th grade.
Holy shit. Now, those were the best shits. And I remember I had a blue one. It was blue and white.
I had a red and silver one, and I listened to Stacey Rico and the Black Eyed Peas.
I listened to Hilary Duff. Hilary Duff, my first album. It was so good. Dude.
Like, that's the difference in generation.
Dude,
Just a couple
that
years.
was such a weird thing because those are not something that you... Maybe they were just, like, so kind of recent, you know?
But they
haven't, like, even thought to come back in style.
Those also were not popular, though.
Yeah, not everyone had one.
Because when I had it on the bus in 4th and 5th grade, I was, like, the only kid that had it.
I don't even remember if any of my friends had one.
Did you ever have those things? This was, like, I don't know if this was like a Western thing, but when my sister was little, there was, like, it was a little tiny... It almost looked like a mini walkie-talkie. Like a very, very tiny, like this big. And it was a clear screen. And it was almost like an SD card that you stuck it in it. You pressed a button and it played 30 seconds of a song. And it had a keychain that you put all of the little SD cards on.
I know what you're talking
and
about.
I don't know what the fuck it's called, but my sister had one.
It was like,
and
what would you plug it into?
You didn't plug it. It was like its own device that you just stuck a little SD card in and you clicked the button and it played music like 30 seconds.
And it had like a picture of like, of what it was. Like the picture of like kind of like this. I know what you're talking about.
But it was like 30 seconds.
I remember seeing it like...
It was like the chorus of the song.
Infomercials or some shit. Yeah. But I never had one. Never had friends that had one.
But then also there was that like...
Or maybe my cousin had one.
It was also like a travel size laptop that you like put the thing in and you watched Hilary Duff in black and white on. Do you remember that?
No.
There was like this little... My sister had one. It was like this little... It wasn't a laptop and it wasn't a DVD player, but it was like a thing that you put... It was almost like a Game Boy. But you put, like, the episode of Hilary Duff in it. And it was, like, this big. And it played Hilary Duff in black and white.
I have no idea what the fuck you're
It was fucking
about.
cool.
It sounds cool. I would have nutted. I loved Hilary Duff. She was my icon.
I was a Hannah Montana girl.
Hilary Duff was the first CD ever. I have, like, a video of me dancing around in a leotard.
I love that.
In a tutu and singing into a wand, dancing to Hilary Duff. Let the rain fall down and wash my skin. Let it wash away my sanity. 'Cause I wanna feel my passion. I wanna scream.
We haven't talked about anything that's made us happy. We just
no, but I like where it's going.
I do.
We got back to Hilary Duff.
The technology podcast.
Mm-hmm. Just old times.
Old times.
I want a Nintendo again.
I literally went to fucking GameStop and I just bought a DS.
That was an interesting thing that we did.
Literally just came back and I was like, got a DS.
I was filming that day. I never edited that.
That was so weird. I walked into the fucking GameStop and I was like,
I need a DS.
I need a DS.
Yeah. I miss Nintendogs.
That was because my mom threw away all my games. Remember? And I was like triggered. So I was like, gotta get it back. Gotta buy a DS.
Dude. Yeah, that's right. That is what happened.
I have to find my childhood again.
Nintendos were, like, my favorite thing on, like, a road trip. Like, all I did on, like, a road trip was, like, play video games. All I did was play Nintendogs and Mario. That was my fucking jam.
All I did, too.
It was my jam.
I remember when I got a Wii for my 10th or 11th birthday.
We had a Wii, but we never really used it.
And I had Guitar Hero and Mario Brothers, and that's all I cared about.
Hero?
Guitar
Hero! Rock band?
Dude,
I loved Guitar Hero.
I shredded.
We had the drums.
Yeah, I had the drums, I had the mic and the guitar.
We didn't have the mic.
I got Rock Band.
Dude, Rock Band, yeah. We didn't have the... I think we must have lost them.
It came in a set, all three.
We had the drums,
and
the guitar.
And a mic.
We didn't have a mic, though.
And mine had the cool songs that were like, I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo.
Dude, I remember doing, they were all yellow.
We had very different ones. Because then mine was like, Roxanne, you don't have to turn on the red light.
Dude, can we get Rock Band?
I have the DVD.
I bet it's so...
I have... my Wii is over there in the corner.
Can we get Rock Band?
Can we play Glee Scene It?
Okay, can we... Okay, wait, we need to take a break.
Glee.
And then we will talk about Glee. Glee spoilers coming!
From 2007.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll be back.
And we're back.
And here's what you missed last week on Glee. Get out. I won't. So, backstory. When I was in 5th grade, I think if I was in 5th, like the end of 5th grade, that's when Glee was ending its first season. So when I was coming into...
Holy shit!
So when
really?
I think so. If
End of 5th graders ending the first season?
Yeah.
And it came on once a week?
Yeah. So I think I started watching Glee at either the end of my 5th grade year or the beginning of my 6th grade year. I think the end of my 5th grade year. So I started
Holy
watching
shit.
almost like near the 2nd season. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's 6. I don't know. I was in middle school though. For sure when I was in my prime of Glee. I was obsessed with Glee. Nobody wanted to watch Glee with me. Finally, 3 years later, I got Alyssa to watch Glee with me. I knew Alyssa would love it. Alyssa got obsessed. Me and Alyssa were obsessed with Glee for 5 years. I wish that was an exaggeration. And also it wasn't 3. I got her to watch it like 4 months after I like met her.
Right.
No, it was probably like a year. Because she didn't go to South Dakota with me until like a year later. My timelines are messed up. Everything's blurry. Basically, Alyssa watched Glee with me.
Glee was just like...
Me and Alyssa were obsessed with Glee for literally 5 years. Like, from the time I was in 5th grade...
5 years.
3 years middle school, also freshman year. It didn't end. Because Glee was on. Glee ended when I was 16. Or 17. 16. Because it was 6 years.
Holy shit.
Because I remember watching the last episode and I was like, holy shit, I was 10 when Glee started and I'm 16. 6 years.
That's how I felt about The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
It still hasn't ended.
For so long. And Zoe has always known that I've been obsessed with Glee. And I've always wanted Zoe to watch Glee, but it's never been a thing where I'm like, watch Glee, and she's like, no. Like, it's never, like...
Well, because also you weren't over Glee. You're never over Glee. No. But I meant, like, you were past Glee.
Yeah, so it was just, like, something, like...
You were right over it, like...
But, like, I would bring it up. It was one of those things, like, it's always been... Glee is always in my heart. So, like, I talk about Glee, like, frequently. You know I was obsessed with Glee. Yeah. But it was never, like, Zoe, watch Glee. Watch. Like, I never bothered you about it. But I was like, one day you have to watch Glee with me. Yeah. That's always been just...
And I was like, okay.
Like, that was fine. That was going to happen.
But then...
And then it happened.
I don't know why. I was never like, let's watch it.
We were sitting here. Alyssa came over, and me and Alyssa started going through all the episodes and just playing songs and, like...
Well, also, whenever you and Alyssa... We were in the car once, and we were, like, driving home from Chattanooga?
On the way to Chattanooga.
No, we were driving home.
No, it wasn't. It was on the way to Chattanooga. Cross my heart after that.
I don't remember, but I mean, half the time you guys were just playing Glee songs. Mm-hmm. And you were so into it, and then sometimes y'all just talk about Glee for hours. So yeah. We were sitting here, and then y'all started, like, playing songs.
Well, and sometimes I'll, like, talk about something that's a reference to Glee, and then I have to, like, explain something in Glee. Yeah. Like, I told Zoe something about, I think I was talking about the song Cough Syrup, and I was telling Zoe about, like, the first thing I ever told her was the thing that happens to Karofsky, and I told you about Karofsky. So, like, I always would just kind of, like, tell you things about Glee.
Yeah.
Just, like, randomly, because it was relevant. And me and Alyssa were, because that's what me and Alyssa always did, is we would just go through episodes and we would just, like, watch our favorite scenes, and, like, we had our favorite episodes that we would watch, like, over and over again, but we had our, like, literally, if you told me a scene and a song, I could find it. Yeah. Like, and that's what we were doing, is, like, me and Alyssa would, like, oh my god, remember this, and then we would just, like, go and we just kept clicking through episodes. And we did that for probably, like, 2 hours.
Yeah. So I knew everything that happened.
In the first season.
Practically in the first season, but I did know bits and pieces of when. Yeah. I'm like, so when is this going to happen? Because, like, I knew everything was going to happen. I just wasn't sure how it was going to play out. So I was like, well, how did this end up playing out? Well, let's just fucking watch it.
Well, what happened is we would, like, if you haven't watched Glee, spoiler alert, click away. Okay. Mm-hmm. So what would happen is something would happen, like, Quinn would be pregnant. And then Zoe would be like, when did Quinn get pregnant? And then there would be something, but then there would be something like Finn's the father, but then the next thing we watched Puck's the dad. And then you were like, what?
That shit didn't make sense.
Like, so we had to explain it to her. But then by explaining it, it made you interested.
Right, I was curious.
Because the story...
That show is there's so much shit that happens in that
so
show.
Dramatic.
Like, I swear to God, time disappears when we watch that show because so much shit goes down.
You feel like
that is the most, I've never seen so much. Like, if you look away for one conversation, you are lost. You are gone. You don't know what's going on. Because everything they do in that show, like, one thing leads to another, and it all matters. Yeah, like, you can't look away. You will miss what's happening is happening.
There's no pointless conversations. Everything is to the point. Yeah,
and it is addicting, too. We've talked about that, too.
Fucking addicting. So, basically, Zoe started watching Glee. Don't put any spoilers past season 2. We just finished...
Well, you've also seen it all. It's for
Zoe. We're on silly little love songs. Silly love songs.
The next year is supposed to be really good, right? You said
what?
The next ones or something.
We're on silly love songs. It's a good episode. It's not my favorite. My favorites are Sexy, Blame It on the Alcohol. Those are very good episodes.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
Have I seen it? Do I know what happens in them?
Me and Alyssa played scenes from Sexy because we love Sexy.
Which song?
Literally, do you remember?
Wait, tell me a song.
Do you remember when me and you were standing in the kitchen, like a couple weeks ago or something, and I looked at you and I was like, "It tastes like pink! It tastes like pink!" Do you remember that?
No.
And I
didn't get it, so
then I explained to you what it was.
What was it?
It's Rachel saying it tastes like pink. See, that's the kind of stuff is that I would say stuff all the time that you didn't understand, and then I would explain it, and then it means nothing to you because you didn't watch Glee. Get it. But now you watch Glee. Did I spell that everywhere?
What was she saying? Tasted like pink? I don't understand. I don't remember this reference.
That's because you haven't seen it.
What was it?
It's on Blame It on the Alcohol. Anyways, Glee's addicting. She's on season 2. I can't wait for us to get to season 3. I can't wait. I love season 3.
It's really good. I never thought I'd like Glee.
As much as you like Glee.
As much as I think I like Glee a lot.
It's a very addicting show.
I was very late to this.
It's fine. You're only 6 years late.
Fine.
I'm surprised you didn't know
I'm
that.
Late to everything.
That may suppose. And we have to play Glee. We could play Glee Seen It because it's for the first season.
Oh my god.
I'll kick your fucking ass.
Well, yeah. You've also seen every episode like 6 times.
And I can quote every episode.
Yeah, it's true. Well,
it's a gift. I love Will and Emma. Who's your favorite character?
I love them all so equally for such different reasons.
Who is your... Okay, I'm going to ask you questions that, like, put them in categories, I guess. Who are you most excited to come on the screen? Like, when they come on the screen, you're most excited about them.
Honestly, Rachel, which is kind of annoying because she's annoying. But, like, she's always got some shit to say that I'm like, what is she going to say now? Sue? I love Sue so much. I love Sue. I love Kurt.
Who do you think has done the most wrongdoings in the show?
Good question.
Who do you think is, like, one of the worst characters?
Like morally?
Yeah, morally corrupt.
Morally corrupt. Well, they all
like mine, like of the main kids, like obviously Karofsky would be pretty corrupt.
Of the main cast, it'd probably
based off what you've seen.
Honestly, Santana's kind of annoying.
Santana is really fucking annoying in the first season.
Like in real life, if I knew a Santana, I'd be like, actually, can you fuck off? Like
she's
you are
really annoying in this season.
She is annoying.
She's super annoying.
And
Terry! Fucking Terry!
Fucking Terry! I blocked her out because I hate her so much.
She's so annoying. She's the worst character on the whole show.
She's the worst. Actually the worst.
When, like, Jessalyn Gilsick is, like, a wonderful woman, and I know she is, but when she talks, because she's so, like, she plays a character that's so annoying, her voice is annoying. When she talks, she's like, does baby want a little rub? Like, the fucking part where she rubs the fucking chest shit on him. Ugh.
It's a pregnancy pad. I got it from my friend. She's so annoying.
It's like, oh, so when you try
okay, if you don't watch Glee, we gotta keep people. Okay, listen. If you don't watch Glee, let me tell you about Terry. Terry is an actual dickhole.
Actual.
And She faked a pregnancy to make Will, her husband, stay with her.
Practically.
Well, hang on. She thought she was really pregnant. She did.
Yeah.
But
Hysterical pregnancy.
She thought she was pregnant. Found out she wasn't.
Continued to lie.
Then
was gonna steal a high schooler's baby.
And then you ask, okay, well, why did she lie? Why did she keep it going? Why did she lie?
Because
at that point she realized, oh my god, because she realized that Will was like,
in love with
Emma. No. She realized that Will was finally like back in the marriage though.
Well, yeah.
Like he was
But he hadn't been prior.
Because he was so into the Glee kids.
And
Emma Pillsbury.
And also, there's a part when he finds her pregnancy belly. And
that's what
the fake belly, and he's fucking yelling at her. That's one of the most intense scenes in Glee, when he's yelling at her, and he's like, "Why would you do this to us?"
No, what was really intense was when Quinn's parents were yelling at her.
That's true.
But there's some intense shit.
The part when
Kurt getting bullied is really intense too.
I take it back.
There's a lot of intense
stuff. I take it back. The part where they're yelling at each other, and she says she did it to keep the marriage, and he's like, why would you do this to us? And he was like, that's why this marriage works. And then she goes, oh, face it, Will. This marriage works because you don't feel good about yourself. That's so fucked up.
And what did she even say after that? I don't remember.
She was like,
fucked up.
She said this marriage works because you don't feel good about yourself. Yeah. She was like, you've never felt good about yourself. She was like, something about you being a high school boy.
Yeah.
She's fucked. She said that, and I was like, you're nasty, you're gross, get out.
She was annoying from the beginning. She was annoying when she was like, I work 15 hours a week.
I know.
I stand on my feet.
She's like, I stand on my feet at work for 15 hours a day, and you expect me to come home and cook dinner for you?
15 hours a day is a lot.
15
hours a week?
That's what I meant. 15 hours a day is impossible.
Yeah. I give her credit if that's what she's doing.
You do you, bitch.
Oh my god, Terry was fucking annoying.
Who is the most underrated character?
Tina. No, I'm kidding. Tina.
I like Tina better this go round. I hated Tina the first time I watched, my first phase.
Who's actually the most underrated though? I feel like it's Who?
Emma.
Okay.
She's very underrated.
Is she though?
She really is.
I don't get that though.
No, I do because
I went into Glee knowing about all
But
about
if I
Emma.
hadn't hyped her up, she's underrated. Because the thing with Emma is that her mental illness is very serious. And they don't start to take it seriously until the end of the second season and the beginning, and then the third. And then they take it seriously the rest of the show. But, they make it a joke the whole time, and, they call her crazy, and, it's a mental illness.
Yeah.
You wouldn't call someone that's, got bipolar disorder crazy or something like that, you know? Yeah. I mean, you would. Some people would, but they don't take it seriously. In the first season, they really, make a joke out of it, and I think that's kind of what they intended for the whole show, and then I think they kind of, her character is so dignified and so professional and so, intelligent.
She gives, honestly, these Glee kids are crazy. They have so much shit going on. She's the only person giving guidance to any of them.
And there's going to be some scenes in the upcoming seasons where you see, the dark side of Emma, of, her mental illness, and, the effect it truly has on her. Because they kind of do it like a playoff. She cleans grapes with, a napkin obsessively. Oh, that's so cute. But they show the parts of her, that it's, it's a disease. And they show it in, a very good light, and they show parts of her having, mental breakdowns. And it's so heartbreaking, and it's if I was someone that had OCD or knew someone with OCD, I feel like that character would be very good representation.
Yeah.
Very good light shed on it. She's underrated.
Sometimes when the room is quiet, you know what's stuck in my head?
What?
Oh. I don't even remember how it goes. I just hear that part of the song.
Like a virgin.
No.
Woo!
No.
Oh.
I just hear that one part that we played in the video that you showed me of Emma.
Oh! Got the wedding.
But not that part of it. It's
marry me when Oh, I love you so.
Yeah.
Always
Sometimes it's
will.
just stuck in my
See,
head.
that's funny. Before
Yeah. What does she say there?
Passion, eyes of me.
Oh, that's the one that's always stuck in my
Passion.
Oh my god, it's always in my head.
That's funny because if you watch a video of me and Zoe on her channel for
like 7 years ago.
I think it's from 2016.
Yeah,
and
probably it was like
we're talking
beginning of 2016.
We're talking about girl crushes, and I tell her about Jayma from Glee, and I show her a part of Glee.
I go, I've never watched Glee,
And then I show you that scene from season 3. That's from season 3, and I show you that song.
Wait, but I've seen it.
No, you haven't. You've seen it, but you haven't seen it happen.
No, yes I have.
No, you have not.
Okay. Yeah, I trust you.
No. You've seen Thong Song.
Oh yeah.
You've only ever seen her in one
Thong
wedding dress.
Song.
You've seen her two. No, you've seen Thong Song and you've seen I could have danced all night.
Yeah.
And then when she goes,
Yeah.
she's like, I put in my resignation. And he's like, she goes, my last day is Monday. And then he's like, Emma. And she's like, I can't look at Ken without feeling ashamed. And I can't look at you without feeling heartbroken. It's so sad. She's so underrated. Underrated actress,
Kurt.
honestly. Maybe not character. Underrated actress.
Oh yeah. In general.
Because she's like one of...
in Hollywood.
She's one of the best on the show.
She's amazing. She's a great
Her
actress.
and Leah Michelle. Slay my existence.
Oh my god. Leah Michelle is a fucking great actress.
Who do you think is gonna grow on you? Like, if you could predict.
Well, we're already on season 2. Oh, you mean like who's gonna keep?
Yeah, but like people that I liked in the beginning of the show, I ended like Quinn.
Will.
I never thought I would have liked Quinn.
I love Quinn. She grows on you?
Just wait.
What do you mean?
Because you know how me and Alyssa call her Quinny?
Yeah.
We didn't start calling her Quinny until after season 3. We started calling her Quinny because she turns into a Queenie. Because she gets really cute.
She gets really Quinny.
Yeah. Fuck. If you had to fuck one character on the show, who would you fuck? I know my answer.
Let me think.
Ken Tanaka.
Well, I know who you'd...
Ken Tanaka.
Who's that?
Ken Tanaka. Ken Tanaka.
I had no idea what you were saying.
You
Ken.
married Ken. Sure, he's got a cesspool
I
of
didn't
diseases.
know what his last name was. I thought you were saying one word.
Ken
Tanaka.
Tanaka. What the fuck is that?
No, you bang Emma.
Oh, I'd bang Emma.
Probably. I don't know.
Finn.
Yeah. Maybe. I feel like I'd bang all the girls over any of the guys.
Really?
Yeah.
Me too.
I'd bang Santana.
Honestly, Will. He's hot.
Will. The thing is, we talked about this because the thing is, I don't think he's that attractive.
It's his charming.
He's so charming.
He's so... In Toxic, though, I'd take my clothes off for him.
Let me be your Britney! Mr. Shoe, let me be your virgin. That song just makes me want to bang them all.
I have a gif of Emma from that scene saved on my phone. Can I say underrated character? Beast. Actually, I'm so glad we're rewatching Glee because I haven't rewatched Glee probably in like a year or so, or like 2 years.
Only 2 years?
Yeah, and it's bringing back a fire in my belly.
Fire.
And we're going to ClexCon and Dot Marie Jones is going to be there.
She is going to be there. And now I'm going to know who she is.
And I'm going to nut. Because I remember telling you about the people that were on ClexCon, and I remember telling you Dot Marie Jones was going to be there, and you were like, oh, I don't know who the fuck that is.
No, I didn't know who it was because you told me it was... I've seen her before.
Well, yeah, I told her it was Beast, but like you didn't have a connection. Now you know who Beast is, now you care.
Yes.
Oh my god, you're going to be shook what happens to Beast.
Oh my...
Do you remember me telling you what happens to Beast?
No.
Because I told you.
You did?
Yeah, I told you.
Oh,
I told
shit.
you about a song they sing. I told you about a cell block tango. I told you what happens. And you don't know.
When does Cell Block Tango happen?
Season 3.
She didn't kill anyone. Does she?
Next week on the podcast. No, she doesn't kill anyone. There's no murder on Glee.
Except hopes and dreams. Rachel's hopes and dreams mostly.
Oh my god. Wait till you see Choke.
See, I don't know what the fuck is happening ever. Like, oh my god.
You're gonna cry. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Can we watch Glee after this?
Yeah?
Okay.
What? There was this
podcast completely took a 180 from what we were going to talk about. I mean, no, we talked about technology, what we do outside of technology, and then it turned to what makes us happy. Glee.
Glee's great. No, but the one scene of Beast when, oh my god, it hurt my heart so much. When, I'm gonna cry. Oh my god, everyone was just being so mean to her.
I know.
And then
they wouldn't let her sit with at lunch.
And then she was like she just accepted it. And then she went and the next scene it cut to her crying in the locker room.
But the part where she talked to Will and she's like, everyone told me that you were one of the nicest guys in this, or the nicest people in the school. And then she goes, I see they got that part wrong.
I feel my heart breaking.
And I was like, ow. But also the part where Will kisses her, and I don't remember what she says. She says, I've never been kissed, Will. And she goes, I'm 40 and I've never been kissed. She's like, that's the doorway to all possibilities. And I've never even. And then he says, I don't remember what he says. I want to find it because he says something. He goes, she talks about how that's like the doorway to every opportunity and she hasn't even taken that step.
Well, he said, and she said, yeah. Wait.
And then he says something like, what that says about you is that you're like an amazing woman with
you are
a heart too big to like.
He said, with a heart too big for everyone else.
Yeah.
That means so your heart's just too big for everyone else. And then says, you are beautiful on the inside and on the outside.
And then they
And then she said, what did she say after that? She goes, she said something funny and cute. I don't remember.
It was so cute.
Oh my god.
I think Sue and Will kiss.
They did kiss.
Did they kiss?
Or did they just
almost
kiss?
Oh no, she said you kissed me right on the mouth. And then he started to get really close to her. And she goes, you know what? I take it back. And she says something insulting about the way his breath smells.
Yeah.
I can't stop imagining baby birds laying sulfurous eggs in your hair.
Sue was fucking crazy. I love her so. What's her real name?
Jane Lynch.
That's it. She's great. I think I mentioned this like watching it like sometime in the first season, but she's basically like she makes the show so interesting because like the humor that Sue's character has is none like any of the other characters because that's just her. That's just Jane Lynch. She's funny. She's just so funny.
That character has her own like
humor.
I've also never noticed before watching Glee now, but I've picked up Glee wording. Like I've picked up like my wording from Sue. Like the way she says certain things, like like the way she says like not the audacity but words like that. She'll be like, I don't even know, but
I can't even think of an example, but I know what you're talking about.
Like I talk like that.
You do.
Like I'm Sue.
I think not. Like that.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Like,
what the fuck are you talking about?
Sue is so funny.
Or like
every time she has some bullshit, and then she walks out of the principal's office and like.
Every time she fucking bites, like, and then the music goes da da.
And then she just like shoves kids like into lockers. She's so funny. It's hot in here.
It's Glee.
Glee makes me hot.
There's just my favorite thing that Sue ever says is when she says, "I will stow away into the middle of the night and punch you in the face." Just the way she says it is so funny. She's so stupid. Like, I'm gonna put you on the bottom of the pyramid, so when all the girls fall down, your sandbags catch them.
Yeah. When Santana got a boob job.
It's so stupid. So who even? I wonder if it's improv.
I just want, like, to watch Glee again, but only see Sue's parts. Like,
just, like, a clip
I need, like,
everything
a montage
Sue
of
ever
only
said.
see.
Oh, I'm sure you can find
Sue.
Sue. And that's how Sue sees it.
And that's how Sue.
Back to you, Rod.
Back to you, Rod. Thank you, Sue. That was Sue's corner. You match our thing today.
Oh, fuck.
Jesus, ma.
If you could be a character on Glee, who would you be?
Who would you be? Because
Will.
I don't know.
I would want to be Will, so I could date Emma. But if I could be a character not because of that, Emma's out of the equation. I think...
I feel like I can't think of
Kurt.
someone.
I call Kurt.
I feel like I'm missing somebody, like in my brain. Like I can't think of someone.
I'm Kurt.
I would not want to be Quinn because I don't want to be pregnant.
I'm Kurt. You are...
I'm none of them.
You're not Rachel.
I'm not Rachel.
I'm Kurt. You're Sam. No,
I'm
Kurt.
Sam.
I'm Kurt. You're Brittany.
I'm not Brittany.
Yes.
Brittany's a
You're
fucking
Rachel.
dipshit.
Who are you?
I'm not. Am I Quinn?
You're Quinn. I'm Kurt. It doesn't have to be with the pregnant, but yeah, no, pregnancy involved. Okay, so I'm Kurt. You're Quinn. Alyssa's Blaine.
Alyssa's not Blaine.
Yes, she is.
No shit. I also.
Alyssa's
No.
Sugar. You don't know who she is yet, but Alyssa's Sugar. Fuck me. Alyssa is... Who's Alyssa? She's not Santana. You know what? You know what? She could be it. She's not as
She's
bitchy.
not Santana.
You don't know Santana later, though. Alyssa
Okay,
Sue. Alyssa Sue.
Alyssa
You're
Sue.
Quinn.
I'm Becky.
I'm Kurt. I'm Kurt. Ava's Rachel Berry. No, Ava's Puck. Devin.
Slow down. Ava is Santana.
Ava's Santana. Devin.
Who's Brittany? Devin.
Devin's Brittany. Madeline is Mike Chang.
No.
Yeah.
Madeline.
Yes.
Madeline is like Emma.
That's so cute. She
is.
She is. She fits that character better than the rest of us.
Yeah.
Who am I? Kurt. Oh, I fit Kurt. I'm Kurt.
You're not Kurt.
I'm Kurt.
I'm Kurt.
No. You're Blaine.
I love Blaine. Blaine's great.
Blaine's fucking cute.
Oh,
I'm Krauski. I'm a closeted gay bully.
Oh. No, you're not.
I'm Sue.
You
I'm
are
Rod.
not.
I'm Ken Tanaka.
Who's Rod?
That's
I
how
know.
Sue sees it.
Oh, Rod. Wait, I didn't know. What the fuck is
Wait.
the dentist's name?
I'm Will. I am Will. I'm Will. I'm Will's character. I'm Will.
You are Will.
I'm Will. You're Blaine. Oh, fuck, it's over.
Oh, fuck. Hang on. Wait, what's his name? The dentist.
John Carl.
Huh?
Carl. His name is Carl.
Carl.
Yes. Holly Holiday.
Holly Holiday. I'm Holly Holiday.
Okay, I'm Will.
Know what? There's so many characters that have like come in and out.
Oh, I want to be Beast. No, I'm Will. I'm definitely Will. I'm the leader.
Who's Devin though? Devin's Rachel.
That could be true.
That's so true. Devin's so Rachel.
Devin's definitely, yeah.
Devin is Rachel in some aspects.
Oh my god, the way Devin speaks.
Yeah.
Yep.
The way Devin speaks. Did it. We've done it.
Yep.
We are the Glee
Oh, no. Alyssa's Principal Finnegan. Finnegan?
Finnegan.
Finnegan! Oh my god.
Wait. Oh my god, it's happening again. Who's Finnegan? Who's Finnegan? Who's Finnegan? Who's Finnegan?
Finnegan's dog.
Every fucking time. Like, Finnegan is like not a super apparent dog in my life, but I hear Finnegan and I'm like,
all I
Who
can see
is
is your
Finnegan?
head is like
Together,
a human with
it's
dog
for
ears.
you and me, and it's for anywhere and anytime at all.
Down here in the deep blue sea.